Hyundai's come out with their version of what a micro SUV should be. And from our first glance at it and our first drive with it, I can tell you that they've gotten a lot right with this product. This is the Exter, and it is out in the market with prices starting from 5.99 lakh onwards and going up to about close to 10, which is a rather decent price bracket with a ton of variants to choose from. What I have with me is the top of the line manual, and that's what this review is all about. I'm Vikram Gore, you're watching Motorscribes, and in this video, I'm going to be telling you all about the Hyundai Exter. So from a design standpoint, the Exter is all about being an outdoor vehicle. It is inspired by the outdoors, and therefore it gets its quintessential looks from that inspiration. Having said that, there's a lot of Hyundai's bold design elements going for it. So up front, you've got the wide parametric design grille. You've also got really sporty character lines that run across the bonnet as well as along the side. Nice plastic cladding that gives it that tough SUV look. And of course, the signature edge-shaped DRLs that really give it a standout appeal from the front. The top model does get projector lights, and at the same time, you've also got a nice cut-off front grille as well as a nice front skid plate. And that's just some of the front design elements that give it a rather imposing and striking presence while out on the road. The thing about the Exter is that while it sits in the micro SUV segment, it does have this really premium appeal going for it. And the designs, the design really stands out and brings out that premiumness that this vehicle is all about. And I think that that's my big takeaway about the way the Exter looks, especially when you view it from up front. Moving along to the sides, you can see that the proportions are just right. The character lines again play their part in bringing out the element of giving it a nice, tough, upmarket stance. And even the ratio between the body and the glass house, Hyundai has done a brilliant job on how they've played that, given it a very strong shoulder line that does its bit. The vehicle that I have is the dual tone version. So with the blacked out roof and the A, B and C pillars, it does look rather striking. And as you make your way around to the rear, you again see that edge motif in the tail lights as well. And there's the rear skid plate, and you've got that parametric design that runs across the back, which adds a bit of glamour to the entire package. So all in all, I think they've got the proportion right, they've got the stance right. It is a very premium upmarket looking micro SUV. It's got the right amount of ground clearance, 185 mm of ground clearance. It rides on 15-inch wheels. The top model obviously also gets the diamond cut alloys, which are standard on the top. So you can see that Hyundai has really done a great job in putting this together and getting a lot of the design elements spot on. It looks like it's been crafted really well. A lot of attention to detail. The more you walk around it, there's more to soak in. And I think that when a vehicle does that for you, you know that the designers really got it right. So that's it on the design front. And the cabin is not a disappointment either. With the Exter, what you get is a really well-appointed premium cabin. It's well done up. The materials are great. The seats look fantastic. I think the plastics, they're typical Hyundai, but then again, we're looking at a vehicle that's sub 10 lakhs, and there's really nothing to complain about on that front. And overall, space allocation has been done really well. So you've got ample room up front, great headroom. The rear, again, it does not disappoint even for a tall person like me. And you've got a ton of boot space as well. So Hyundai has really played their part in getting the design right from the outside and making sure that the cabin retains that premium feel that the design sets the stage for. And as far as features go, we can run through the entire list, and I'll tell you this, that it is rather packed with them. So like I said, It is a really well-appointed cabin, and what you do get is a ton of style going for you. So key style elements include the 3D pattern finish across the dash, which gives it a nice upmarket look. You've got a really nicely integrated touchscreen infotainment system, a really great looking driver information display and digital cluster. Like I said, with the Exter, what you do get is a nice premium finish on the interior as well. So while the exterior design does set the stage for premiumness and an upmarket compact vehicle, the interior carries that forward. So key design elements that you get are the 3D pattern on the dash, which again looks really good. You've got these dual tone seats, which I think Hyundai has done a fantastic job on, where you get the piping, a totally different color, you know, in contrast to the seats to give it that sporty, youthful appeal. On the seats, you also get the embossed Exter name, which is again, I think, a great touch to the overall package. And you know, you've got a neat infotainment system, well integrated. I think that entire console looks brilliant. It's simple yet elegant, and the driver also gets a nice cluster with a nice little information display that you can scroll through to access a plethora of information. The other element that you do get is the metal finish on the inside door handles, and you also get metal pedals. So that is something of a striking feature for a vehicle that's catering to the masses. So for Hyundai, it's not been about, oh, let's build something cheap. They said, let's build something great that sits in a mass market segment. And a lot of stuff is standard. While this is the top end version, the nice floor mats are also standard and part of the entire package. So there is a lot going for the Exter when it comes to the cabin. But when we talk about the features on board, now this is where Hyundai has always scored big points with everyone. And you've got a smart electric sunroof to start with. So it is voice controlled. You can say open sunroof, close sunroof, and it'll even understand you in Hindi. So if you say sunroof kholo, it will do that for you. You do get a dash cam with a dual camera. It is a first in segment feature, and it has a full HD video quality, and you can also connect it to your smartphone. So there's a smartphone app that allows you to use it, and it will record your driving mode. You've got an event recording mode, various features that are fun to play around with, and also will have a vital role to play in safety, as well as in case you are in an unfortunate accident. A dash cam is something that's always helpful at helping you point the finger at the right person and finding out who was truly at fault. As far as tech goes, with the Exter, you've got the wireless charging system. You've got a Type-C USB fast charger, which I think is all important today, as more and more phones are moving towards having Type-C chargers. It comes with cruise control. You've got steering mounted controls. You've got lighting in the footwell, rear AC vents, which again is something that is a first in this segment. The Exter does go up against the Tata Punch, and I'm quite sure that at some point we're going to see this competition game stepping up. But for now, Hyundai is scoring big points over the Punch by having a plethora of segment firsts. So you've got the push button start, paddle shifters on the Smart Auto version, and that's Hyundai's version of the AMT, and it works rather well. I've been driving that version too, so I can tell you that it works extremely well. And the other key elements that you get is a cool glove box, and of course you've got the digital cluster and a color TFT multi-information display. The Exter supports up to 12 languages, so that's 10 regional languages and 2 global languages. It's got TPMS, your tire pressure monitoring system, as standard on the Highline version, and you've also got your reverse parking camera and all of that to assist you. The infotainment system is rather ingenious because it comes with a host of features. So the 8-inch HD infotainment system has got your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, it's got onboard navigation, and all of that going for you. The sound system is decent. I don't think the Exter made it to the list of getting a Bose audio like Hyundai's other SUVs, but we are talking about a vehicle that's going to sit in the sub 10 lakh bracket, and I think that might have been a bit of a stretch. But having said that, you do get a very decent audio system on board. I was actually quite impressed with the sound quality. So that is something that really makes a difference with the Exter. And like I mentioned earlier, you know, space allocation is phenomenal. So up front, very comfortable for tall people. You got ample headroom, ample shoulder room. Leg room is also brilliant. At the rear, even a tall person like me was seated quite comfortably. And I adjusted the driving seat to where I would have been driving. So if it was a tall person driving and I had to sit behind them, my knees would only be brushing the seat. The boot is decent. You get about 390 liters of boot space, which is pretty decent. The boot is rather decent, as you can see, and you've got 391 liters of boot space. You can grab a couple of bags and stick them in here. It takes a big suitcase too, and you can fold the rear seat and get more going for you if you need it. But when it comes to the overall appointment of space on the Exter, I think they've done a fantastic job of getting that just right. As far as safety is concerned, the Exter comes with 26 safety features as standard across all variants, while the top variant gets up to 40 safety features. Key features on board include a number of best-in-segment features as well as a host of first-in-segment features. And coming to that list, I'm going to be just rattling off what you get as some of the prime ones. So 6 airbags as standard across all variants. Now that's a best-in-segment, it's a segment first, it's everything. So you've got dual front airbags, side and curtain airbags, which is again a big standout feature about the Exter as well. Electronic stability control is on board. You've got vehicle stability management, hill assist control, a burglar alarm. You've got ABS with EBD, and the other key feature is that you get 3-point seat belts for all seats. Now that's something that a lot of people might overlook, but it's a very important thing to note that all the seats get a 3-point seat belt. The other element is the impact sensing auto door unlock, which is again a crucial element when you look at an unfortunate accident. Normally doors get jammed and they get locked and you can't get out. Having the unlock feature in a lot of cases helps rescue operators get into the car faster, and that plays a vital role in saving someone at a moment when time is crucial. You've also got speed sensing auto door lock. So as you build up speed, you get out on the highway, the doors will automatically lock, which is again a nice, neat feature to have on board. And these are just some of the key features that you get while on board with the Exter. And like I said, the top of the line gets 40 safety features, which ensures that you stay extremely pampered and safe at the same time, while 26 safety features across all variants ensures that what you have, regardless of which one you buy, is a very safe vehicle. So with the Exter, what you get is the tried and tested 1.2-liter Kappa petrol engine. It's a 4-cylinder unit that's extremely frugal. It's known for its really low NVH levels. The refinement that it offers is outstanding, and it is extremely peppy as well. So the 1.2-liter Kappa petrol is known for its robust performance. Yes, 1.2 doesn't sound like a performance-oriented machine, but in the Exter and in the other products that Hyundai does use this engine in, we've seen that it is a rather peppy unit. So it produces 83 PS of power, 113.8 Newton meters of torque, and the manual version of the Exter delivers 19.4 kilometers to the liter. While the AMT version has the same power output and torque, it does 19.2 kilometers to the liter. Hyundai is also offering the Exter with a factory-fitted CNG version, and in that, the engine, which is a bi-fuel Kappa petrol engine, delivers 69 PS of power and 95.2 Newton meters of power of torque. Hyundai is also offering the Exter with a CNG version, which is the 1.2 bi-fuel Kappa petrol engine, and it comes only as manual. And In this trim, it delivers 69 PS of power and 95.2 Newton meters of torque, which is okay. I'm guessing a CNG version is pretty much for the city. So for those who are extremely price conscious, there is a version of the Exter out there for you as well. When it comes to the ride quality of the Hyundai Exter, I think this is another department which scores big brownie points because it does such a fantastic job. Out on the highway, it's extremely composed. It feels great. The steering, which is not, I would not say extremely responsive. It's your typical Hyundai steering that you get on board, but it firms up nice. It does the job. It does it well. So I'm really not going to complain about the steering overall when it comes to the Exter. I'll just say that as a package, it drives brilliantly. It's something that you can really enjoy hitting 3-digit speeds in, and it stays extremely composed on the road. Being an SUV, I think Hyundai has done a fine job with the way that they've tuned the suspension and gotten the setup just right. So up front, you're running the McPherson strut with coil springs, and you've got a coupled torsion beam axle at the rear. And this setup has ensured that you get the right amount of stiffness when you need it to ensure great handling dynamics. And it also does a fantastic job of soaking up road undulations and not letting them creep into the cabin as much to ensure that the passengers remain nice and comfortable. So as a package, fantastically done. It's really nothing to complain about, and something that I've really enjoyed being out in the road in. So the Exter does win you over with these elements of its dynamics, and on that note, it feels like a vehicle that is bigger than what it actually is. So I think that's testimony to what the Hyundai engineers have done to get the ride and handling just so right. The bottom line here being that we've always seen that a small car is built to a cost, it's built to a price. We've seen them being stripped down, having a lack of features, design being bland, and whatnot. They've just been very basic point A to point B vehicles. And I've always wondered, why can't a manufacturer take that bold step to move this game and bring out a game changer of sorts? And I think that that's what the Exter is. Because while it is built to cater to the masses, it is a small micro SUV. It does come packed with features. It comes packed with safety features. You've got connectivity on board. You've got segment first on board. It's got a sunroof. All of these things are about being premium. Even the design is just so outstanding that it wins you over from the get-go. And Hyundai definitely has a game changer on their hands. And I know for a fact that this is going to do great numbers for them. I just hope that production is up to the mark and there's not a long waiting list for this vehicle. But jokes apart, you do have a brilliant product out here in the form of the Exter. And if you are looking for a nice city ride that will also double up as your weekend getaway vehicle, the Exter ticks all the right boxes. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I do look forward to reading all the comments. It's my promise to all my viewers that I reply to each and every comment that comes in on the Motorscribes YouTube channel. So if there's something I've left out, there's some more information that you want, I will get back to you. And that's the promise that I make.